This episode of the Ponder Football Coaches Show is brought to you by Montana Ridge Outfitters. You love hunting and the outdoors, and so do we, and that's why we've created a way for you to enjoy it every month. With Montana Ridge Outfitters Shirt of the Month Club, subscribers get a new shirt with one of the top hunting ranches, guide services, or dealers from the United States and around the world. With this shirt style of your choice, members receive a 5x7 color card that has pictures, information related to each month's subjects. In addition, our website features previous month shirts as well as MRO merchandise. Go to MontanaRidgeGear.com and select a 3, 6, or 12-month subscription and begin receiving your packages in the mail the following month. Now, as a member, you will not know what month's subject will be until you receive it in the mail. Thank you for being one of us, and we look forward to supplying you with next month's shirt. Again, that's MontanaRidgeGear.com. Also being a sponsor is Heroes Heating and Air, servicing the North Texas area for your heating and air conditioning needs. They can service your existing unit or design a complete brand new system. Whether it's just for a service or a new install, pick up the phone and give them a call, 940-597-9638. The win streak hits 3, and the playoffs are right in front of them. Hello, everybody. Terry Bennett here on the Montana Ridge Outfitters Ponder Football Show, right here on L4 Media, S2S Sports Network, as Ponder wins a thrilling matchup against Boyd, 30-24, in a game that it was back and forth, as Coach will talk about. Every time Ponder got up, Boyd did a great job answering. But a 13-point fourth quarter sealed the deal. Tyson Price, another great game, 211 yards through the air, 1 touchdown on the ground, 101 yards, and a touchdown. Gage Ayers had 76 yards. Noah Long, 67 yards. Case Peacock in this game was, quote-unquote, held to 42 yards and a touchdown. And Boyd played a really good game. And we'll talk about Boyd and Peaster and the fact that, you know, playing Boyd and then Peaster back-to-back, you know, they're a combined 1-14 on the year, but they're way better than that. And that's not just saying that to be nice. They legitimately, in a lot of other districts, would be playing for first or second place. And both of them played really, really tough non-district schedules. When you look at Boyd specifically, playing Jacksboro, playing Wichita Falls, City View, especially Jacksboro, man. Jacksboro is just rolling right now. And Peaster's the same way. They both play tough non-schedules. They both have played the meat of this district. Boyd's already played Brock, Whitesboro, Paradise, and Ponder. They've now got Pilot Point and Peaster. Peaster on their year, they've already played Brock, and they played Whitesboro, losing that Whitesboro game 22-21, which that could be end up what keeps the Greyhounds out of the playoffs. And then last week, it was close early against Paradise, but in that fourth quarter, Paradise exploded, made that score look a lot worse. But the Greyhounds are a solid team, and this is going to be a tough one. More importantly, though, Ponder is 2-1 in district play right now, sitting tied for third, technically fourth, just because Whitesboro's played one more district game. Whitesboro's 3-1, Ponder's 2-1. But Ponder can punch that ticket tonight or this week if they win against Peaster. And as always, we'll be talking to the head coach about Boyd and about Peaster. And we'll do that when we come back right here on the Montana Ridge Outfitters Ponder Football Show on S2S Sports, part of L4 Media. Is your demanding work lifestyle in need of fire-resistant clothing that can keep up? Well, L4FR clothing should be your go-to for quality, affordability, safety, and style. L4FR was founded by a third-generation oil field worker who is also a veteran. Thus, this company has a deep appreciation for reliability and longevity, all while we provide first-rate customer service. Our durable apparel will serve you well for many years to come, whether you're working on a pipeline, a lineman climbing utility poles, or in any other environment requiring fire-resistant apparel. L4FR has you covered. Our apparel is tough enough to resist hazardous conditions while still providing high comfort and style. L4FR provides clothing options to ensure your safety and comfort, whether you're on the job or not. To view our complete inventory of flame-resistant garments, please visit our online store at L4FRclothing.com or give us a call at 817-757-4935. Si habla español. Terry Bennett back here on the Ponder Football Show. No, now joined by the head coach of the Lions, Coach Marcus Schultz. And Coach, you had the big win 2 weeks ago against Pilot Point 70-3, but you used to say when you were at Splendora and y'all were rebuilding that your next big game is the one that's on the schedule. You had Boyd last week, a great game, 30-24. What were your thoughts on that one?
I thought our kids came out and played well. I don't know that we played perfect by any means, but we battled and we fought, and Boyd came out swinging, and we knew they were going to come out swinging. We knew that Coach Ritchie would have his guys ready to go, and so we knew it was going to be a battle. We knew it was going to be a dogfight, and if we let them stay around the game, we figured that they would play with us, and they did. And so they've got a good little team. They've got some good athletes over there, and we just couldn't find a way to pull away. We'd go up 2 scores and then they'd score. We'd go up 2 scores and then they'd score, and so. It was one of those deals that we had to rely on a lot of different things. And, special teams came through with us. We were able to convert on a couple fake punts and got a surprise onside kick. And so some of those things, went our way. And, all 3 phases of the game, I thought we executed well.
And I'm going to say this when we talk about your next opponent, Peaster, but Boyd is way better than their 0-8 record.
Oh, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. They and we knew that. We looked at some of the opponents that they played, and just like this week, that their 0-8 record is not indicative of who they are as a team by any means.
Now let's go ahead and talk about it. You now take on Peaster on the road, a Greyhound team that's 1-6, but they've got a new coaching staff, and they have a lot more talent than their 1-6 record.
They absolutely do, and they, I think early on they were kind of trying to find their identity, and so they were spread, trying to sling it around the first couple of weeks, and they seemed to found their groove and running the game, getting in a double slot and coming downhill at you. And so it's a lot of what they did out in Monaghan's, and when Coach Owen's dad Mickey was out there as the head coach, I was the defensive coordinator at Andrews, so we were fortunate or unfortunate to have to play those guys, and so. We know what they're going to do. It's our job to come in and execute, and they've got the guys on the field to win at any point. And so, to play Paradise 14-7 going into the fourth quarter, and that game, obviously was 35 or 38-7, was a close game throughout, and they've played tough teams. Toller, who's having a phenomenal year with 1 loss, they played them to a 3-point game in Jacksboro and Wall, and so they're not playing some patsy teams. They're playing teams that are top of each of their districts respectively. And so we know that we're going to have to come out. It's going to be a dogfight. Coach Owens is going to have those guys ready to go, and they know that if they win the next 3, that they're in the playoffs. And we figured that, they're going to come out swinging, and that's no different than what we thought the last 2 weeks. And so we've got to make sure that we can match what they've got. And, we know we're not going to get the ball very many times if they are executing on offense. So we've got to make sure that we execute on our offense when we do get the ball.
Well, I was actually going to say that for all the talk about your defense against their offense, to me, the more interesting thing is when you get the offense, having the patience to not try to press, because you said it best, you might not get a lot of possessions this game.
Yeah. And we've worked that and talked that this week as, we just got to execute. We do, we're going to do what we do. And we've got a few little wrinkles here and there, but I mean, for the most part, we are who we are, and our kids know, what the expectation is. And we just got to execute and move the ball down the field and put points on the board anytime that we have the opportunity to do that.
You talk about your team knows who you are, and it feels like this team is starting to take that identity that you like to have. Tough as nails, play hard defense, but more importantly, in each game, make the plays you need to make to get the win.
Yeah, and so that's kind of, that's our motto. We're going to be hard-nosed. We're going to fly around, and so that's kind of the mentality that our whole team is taking is, we've got to do whatever it takes, whether we win by 60 or whether we win by 6 or whether we win by 1. We're going to make sure that we're going to try to do everything that we can in each aspect and each phase of the game to put us in the best situation to get that win. And our kids, they're hard-nosed. Last year they were giving up 61 points a game in district play, and this year we're right at 19.9 points a game. And so, our kids are flying around. They're doing what they need to do, and I just hope it continues, and we'll see how things things unfold Friday night.
Yeah, I was going to say, are the kids starting to feel that confidence? A 3-game winning streak, 5 out of the last 7 games. Do you see the confidence in them on the field?
I do, and it's fun to see. That early on, there wasn't a whole lot of necessary, and from what I want is the passion and the energy, and so you see that now, and they know that. We talk about it takes 21 days to form a habit. Well, it's been 21 days of wins for the Ponder Lions, and so we talk about it's a habit now. So let's make sure that we keep it a habit, and our expectations that we're going to go out there and win and do everything that we can to win.
Last question. You talk about expectations. Your expectations, your personal expectations for this team, are you starting to see those happen?
I am. Again, what we've done so far doesn't really mean anything until we're able to punch that ticket. And so that's been our ultimate goal of when we got here in the spring, we all sat down and our team goal was to make the playoffs and win the first playoff game in school history. And so, I think we're close to that. Obviously we have an opportunity to go ahead and secure that spot if we can get this win this week. And so our kids are ready. We've had a phenomenal, probably our best week of practice that we've had to this point this year. And so, I think that they understand and it's going to be a fun one Friday night.
Here at L4 Media, we talk high school football, 4A, 3A, and 2A in Texas. We talk East Texas sports. We talk NFL, guy talk, movie and booze. We also talk wrestling and so much more. And you can see it all on our YouTube channel at L4 Media Company. Like and subscribe. As always, we want to thank the head coach of the Lions, Coach Marcus Schultz, for joining us here. Big game, big week. I mean, the rest of them are. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. I mean, Ponder's not used to that. Not saying the Ponder's never made the playoffs, but, it's been a while. Still looking for that first ever playoff win in playoff history. It feels like the bus is headed in the right direction. Now you just got to go out and basically, win 1 out of 3, but preferably 3 out of 3. But you've got Brock. We understand that. Win 2 out of 3. And you're talking about third place, and that changes things when it comes to your playoff positioning. You don't want to play. You don't ever want to be the 4th place team. That's always a district champion. After that, man, if you're a 3rd place, 2nd place, 1st place, your path is just always a little different. And yes, making the playoffs is in of itself will still be huge, but you really want to make the playoffs and be in a good spot to get that first playoff win in program history. Because it feels like that Ponder is at a point in the program with the staff that they had, the young talent that they have, that, everything you do this year is just going to build for what will be starting next year, a really, really special run, in my opinion. And that can start this year early, too, again, if you get that playoff positioning. But, of course, we'll be here for the rest of the season, as always. And, again, just to let you know, if you do not know, we will do a show as long as Ponder's in the playoffs as well, so that we don't just stop at the regular season. If they play 1 more game, 2 more games, 3 more games, whatever they do, we'll do a show of that. And then we'll do a season-ending show as well, just to kind of recap all those things. Usually we'll do those probably the week after state champion. It's just easier because there's so much stuff that we're going to be doing at S2S and sideline to sideline for the playoffs. And plus, it always gives coaches a chance to kind of decompress and kind of look back at the season with a little bit of separation between the last game and when we have the conversation. But anyway, until then, I'm Terry Bennett. This has been the Montana Ridge Outfitters Ponders Football Show right here on S2S Sports, part of L4 Media.